everyone, welcome to Talk Together. Thank you very much for joining us for an hour talking about Dungeons and Dragons and sharks and chickens and raptors and all other great creatures. My name's Tom. I'm your question lord, I guess.
Yes.
Still got the hand. And I'm talking to these fine folk, the cast of a Fell Tide Rising.
Correct.
That's the one.
Of course, I was saying it in the original Elvish, which is just a lot of... So, yes, we're going to be answering some questions. Maybe we'll do some riddles. Maybe we'll find some answers to some anagrams. Who knows? Full of excitement. Before we kick off, a massive thank you to our sponsors. That's Hero Forge, that's Ultra Pro, that's Phoenix Dice, that's Alchemy RPG, and we are supported by Idle Champions, Warriors of Waterdeep, and for gems, D&D Beyond, Warriors of Waterdeep, Neverwinter, and Elderwood Academy. So we're Roll Together RPG on all social media. Massive thank you to our D20 club who have... We've got a Patreon, we've got a wiki. Good luck trying to keep a track of all of this. Just the parts. As we're finding out, like on things like TikTok, people like myself can't do the hard thing. I'm like, there you go. It's a B for you're brilliant. So if you search for podcasts, if you Roll Together RPG, we should be on most podcasting apps. I mean, we're all old hands at this. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to say. I believe there's a little catchphrase we need to say at this point.
Roll that dice.
And that is a 16. What an excellent time we are having. I'm having to change to a new document. This is exciting. So, okay, sod it. I'm just going to make it up. No, I'm looking. Okay, that is a number. I've decided to go rogue. While I go through my many pieces of paper, funniest moment of the campaign. Go team, go. Funniest.
There have been so many.
Yeah. I'd say catching crabs on the nudist beach was a good one.
Yes. Getting crabs.
I personally was a big fan of Chicken Kithis.
True. That was very funny.
Yeah.
But Chicken Kithis goes in package with Stagnacious trying to explain what's going on.
Oh yeah,
Perfectly natural. That's what it was. Perfectly natural. It's not a spell.
Oh, see, it's not just the trying to explain. It's more that they're a chicken forever, and if they die as a chicken.
Long did they cluck.
I really did enjoy actually when you were just absolutely owning that natural one. But then when Lean Quist was trying to say, oh no, I think this, you just pulled the
railroad
card.
Yeah.
Nope. That was good. And I don't know. I've got. I mean, I don't know. You brought so much hilarity to it. Just your reactions. Disrobing before you got onto the nudist beach as well.
That was good.
I think actually a moment I found incredibly funny was the whole I turned into a drake and then I was turning back, and instead of one of you handing me clothes, you were like, oh, Lorana's just going to turn you invisible and then hand you a candelabra that they stole. It's like,
that was
okay,
amazing.
so now you're an invisible mule that's still naked.
It worked,
Kithis.
right?
They couldn't have passed you the clothes to dress into while they were invisible as well. No.
Yeah.
I'm also glad to hear my good friend Stagnacious finally got a candelabra. Well done, old chap. Your package of chairs and dolls should be on your ship anytime now.
Can't wait.
A little bit of talking is a free action law there. No, it was... I have to say, it was a delight. It's always lovely to see people just, again, for what is a very serious, very scary mission, just going, we're just having a lovely time. I get, like, letting Chris go, well, I thought that was forever. And it's like,
So technically, it was work. And there's no better work than the work that you enjoy.
Technically, because we got paid, we're professionals, and that counts as work.
Yes.
It does mean we get taxed by it. But
Yeah. There is that too.
So, just the roundabout answer is most of the campaign. That's
It was a funny campaign. It was enjoyable.
I think, as Sean said in the introduction, we've gone from like astral sea and like traveling. Let's just have a nice, fun seaside adventure with
Absolutely.
weresharks. Yeah, just something easier to before it all goes. Well done for not making it hideously scary, Sean. Not so many scary eyes. Or
it was a really nice change of pace, actually, because I do intend to continue. The what I'm calling the Antoni saga. At some point, but I didn't want to do it straight off the back of Viscous Cycle. I needed a break, but clearly not that much of a break because weresharks. Also, I'm impressed that nobody ever made the connection to Street Sharks. I was waiting for somebody to no.
What is Street Sharks?
80s and 90s cartoon. Yeah. It was off the back of like Bikers Mice from Mars and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it was turned into sharks.
It was that period of like, do you know what's cool? Animals that fight.
Yeah. Heavy metal gangs made up of anthropomorphic animals. Sharks, why not?
But of course, as you remember, in this country, it's mutant hero turtles for us, because ninjas were too scary.
Really?
Yep. So that was. So they're supposed to be like, if you're buying like merchandise for like the hero turtles, it's worth a bit more because it's such a sort of unique little thing.
Well, this is the thing. I had all four of the models, but one of them was got for me from like Japan or something like that, and therefore I may well have got an actual Ninja Turtle. This makes me very happy.
I wish you had, my blessing that you got an actual Ninja Turtle. Delightful.
I think I might have done.
Yeah. See, now, unlike Chris, I can keep this relatively on the road. I won't get the Timekeeper's badge, but I will. So, retroactively, that was a number 5.
Neither will I after that last episode.
Well, yes.
Also, by the way, thank you, Chrissy, for breaking our beautiful dungeons. We worked so hard. Okay, so here we go, guys. Say the catchphrase. Let's
roll that dice.
That is number 12. Ooh, what was your favorite battle / encounter / enemy / question mark?
Not going to be too many to pick from because this was quite a heavily roleplay one.
Was it sharks or crabs?
Honestly, I genuinely think the crabs on the beach was some of the most interesting combat because they got in such a fucked up situation, out of nowhere. So every single one of them. And that was also our healer went down. So that was not great. That always makes for a questionable time.
The thing was, none of us had any armor either.
Yeah, the fact you all took your clothes off.
Because we were in another stage. That was the etiquette to follow.
In fairness, Stagnacious did have all the clothes still on.
Stagnacious is a polite
Stagnacious is a wizard, but so doesn't need armor, so it didn't matter anyway. I think.
Sorry, Liz, go ahead.
No, I was gonna just segue slightly into favourite encounter for me. Not so much a combat one, but just the situation we ended up in was when we ended up going to the chiropractors, and there were 2 owling, and they were so flustered at us. I think, was I trying to be dead? I was pretending that I was dying.
You were really hurt.
Yeah,
you were bitten.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were expecting that at all. That brought me joy.
I had a whole skit for the owling, but no, you out the window.
We didn't get more Dr. Owlins.
If it's approached, no, you're a bear now. The Owlins are related to Doctor Who.
Of course, yes, one of the finest dentomancers in the land.
But I don't think we even gave their name. I gave it to the mods to give because I was like, well, you've met them, so you just don't know who they are.
Well, they need to come back now, so they can walk into a room and go, "Ooh, it's me!" And they're like, "Hey."
So I was going to say, probably one of my favourite encounters was going into the the bakers and the smithy and having those kind of encounters, even though it wasn't combat-y, just kind of, I don't know, it was just some really nice role play with those and just kind of picking up on the threads there. This was some really nice work. And then I was also... While I've got the talking stick, I was just going to say, what kind of DM would I be if I had, managed to successfully get you all disrobed and not thrown something at you? So I wasn't necessarily thinking I would attack you at that. Had we gotten to it in episode 3, definitely, but we kind of dawdled a bit too much, and I thought, I won't do it. And then you all took your clothes off, and I thought, no, I'm going to do it. Crabs.
It's happening now.
And now the talking stick goes to Ed.
All I was going to say was my favorite interaction was when Lean decided that, having seen lots of the other characters fake it, basically, with the fake being wounded and the fake other stuff, that he was then going to decide to try and fake it, and just went in and completely lost the plot straight away.
Thank you for the talking stick. God, just imagine if this is how we're going to run this now. We're just like, shush, I'm talking. Sticks out the window. No, that was a highlight. Anyone else? Any more? Or should we keep this a rolling?
I think it's just one of those things that there are just so many good moments of, like, in not necessarily in terms of encounters, because there's been lots of really amazing role play moments that, so less on the combat, though. I was like, the whole situation where it's like, oh, Lorana is running, and then I loved the crab combat for the fact that it inspired another little role play moment with Lorana and well, obviously this whole thing is spoilers, but Lorana showing us that they were lion, Leonin, and Oryx.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, wait a minute, when is this happening? Yes. I was
continuing the family. It's great.
I was willing to go the whole campaign without revealing that, but then, and then with the whole thing of the conspiracy, there was like a wink, but it wasn't really clear what was going on.
Yeah,
that's good.
So that was really good, even though as characters we didn't see the conspiracy thing, but like actually getting to see that was really cool. And even the last combat as well, that was really beautiful for the role play that it spawned for Lindquist and Lorana, and the whole kind of just that whole the freeing and beautiful moments. So the combat was great, but all the other moments that spawned off of it and like the encounters in between have been really good. And like Sean has been really great at like pushing that and like giving us opportunities for that.
Yeah, I mean, that whole Lorana kind of using the crown to go into Kithis' mind and kind of get to the root of some of their trauma and just kind of pull the cork on their stress container and let it all out was lovely.
That's great.
Yeah, I have to say that the fact that sometimes getting into what people is thinking, sometimes it's a little bit tricky for players, but I love how everybody responded. So yes, thank you.
And on that lovely moment, here we go again.
Roll
that
dice.
I always love how there's some hesitance. Some people always go for it, and then others are just like, I'm not saying it.
Well, I mute myself so people don't hear my dog barking or squeaking. It by the time I go to unmute myself, it's over.
Mowgli, roll the dice, Mowgli.
He does have his own D20.
Oh, is it big? I think he has to roll one.
It's this little. It's like a treat toy. You put treats in it, and he uses his nose. And if he rolls a natural 20, treats come out the end of it. It's real cute.
I want that. I want that for me. I want lovely things. just get a mint. I'm like, delightful. That'll keep me going for the evening. So that was a free. And question for Sean: were there any moments where the players took things in a completely different direction than you were expecting?
I would say that probably from about the point at which episode 1 started to the point at which episode 4 ended, there were some things I tried to predict. Like, we started off on completely opposite ends of the town deliberately with the hopes that we would eventually descend on the town square in the center. So that kind of went quite well. But then even, I gave Lola a free roll on the wild magic table that I'd created. I wanted to test it out, and we were worried that it might not come up so much because Kithis was a reluctant wild magic sorcerer. So we thought, well, we're not necessarily going to be not going to be actively using it. Pretty much from the moment that you turned into a bear, I was just like, right, okay. And I don't know. I kind of was really trying my best not to railroad this one. So I had these little moments sort of planned out. So each place that they went to, there was something that I was hoping would kind of be revealed and a moment that would happen. I think the other one that really kind of caught me off guard was jumping the owl in, just going in there with your own skit and having to just kind of react to that. And, one of them's a chiropractor and the other one's a, whatever the foot doctor is, podiatrist. So they are not trained for were shark attacks. They're not trained for shark attacks. Generally, light on the necessary training. So yeah, you kind of going in with that was it was absolutely amazing, but that really kept me up.
Stagnacious was dying, Sean.
Yeah. Was dying.
Full on dying.
So close to the edge. It was just...
And
on the cusp.
You also forced me to come up with a pub on the fly. The King's Shoulder was not on my original plan, but you were kind of in the middle of the town and we're like, oh, we'd better find a nearby tavern. So yeah, that one again. But yeah, love.
But your description of the art outside was so good.
Flying by the seat of pants.
Nice one.
I also think this might be the first time we've had a character go to the toilet on stream, so we can
put it on the
confirm
wiki.
as an anus.
Roll together equivalent of Psycho.
Did you successfully go, or I think you went to the alley where you were going to go, and I don't think it.
Oh no. There were pellets.
It did happen because you were like, oh, you can draw in the pellets, and I was like, no. Kithis is a bear, but he's not going to use somebody else's shit to draw. Okay.
Weren't you wiser as a bear as well? Didn't you?
Yes.
Bears are very wise. They got tons of secrets.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Who's now a serial killer. We've all seen the trailer.
I managed to avoid, while you were a bear carrying a basket going, hey, boo, boo, let's go steal iconic baskets.
Yeah, see, the difference was this bear could not talk. So I could emote.
Just miming.
You emoted very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you despite not talking, gave a masterful performance.
Thank you.
Already, there were so many moments where you just continued to shine and ate up the few little story threads that I did throw in your way. But one last one from me. I didn't expect you to actually want to visit the nudist beach. I was throwing it out there as a little fun thing, but turns out you throw naked people in your path.
What? Why wouldn't
the problem was, I think that it was like, oh, okay, this is a story thread. We have to go.
That was my impression. I was like, oh, well, this is where we're being led. Like, if my DM specifies something, then especially with short campaigns, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do that because I assume that's what I'm supposed to do. I am following the breadcrumbs.
The discarded clothes.
Sorry.
Yes, I am following the socks and the underwear and the.
Because it makes sense that if you are a were shark, you don't want to be destroying your clothes every time. So wouldn't that be the perfect place to be?
Absolutely.
I fully thought that we were going to get the worst shots coming in on that tidal wave, right?
On like surfboards.
Yeah. But I was also like, yeah, I guess we're all the type of players that are like, if your DM tells you to jump off a cliff, you'll be like, I'm sure there's a way that we can survive this. Like, let's do it.
Your clothes if you hit the ground. Yeah. So there you go. In answer to the question, everything, the entire, again, just the beginning with the guys going, "Oh, hello, bear. Welcome to our town. Would you like to buy some fish? Marvelous. Off you go." It's such an accepting universe. We're just like, "Yep, here's a bear, and the bear wants to buy. Do you want a basket? Here's a basket."
To be honest, though, like it fits the lore as well, because Alaran and like the Moonshays, they have a lot of druids. So someone walks up to your gates and turns into a bear. It's like, just another druid.
Fair enough.
Don't question this.
Odd choice, but sure.
Might have liked to have a conversation, but I guess they're shy.
Listen, look, all the pigs suddenly gained sentience like a week ago. This isn't the weirdest thing that's happened this month. In you come. But as I said,
in a magic world.
As I said on the Discord, we're starting to build the timeline. We know 10-ish days ago, ancient antics happened. Right, we're putting things together. It's
our priest of Talos as well has kind of listed off a couple of things that have already happened as well. So there's a few more things we can stick before this on the timeline.
So exciting! Oh, we love making charts. Okay, well, thank you for that, Sean. Let's see if Mowgli's going to behave, but here we go.
Roll the dice.
Dice.
What are they?
None of this? Which PC moment gives the throw the rule book out of the window award?
Oh, that's going to be another one. That's for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to jump in because I've got the talking stick. In that last episode, we had a moment where Leanquist was going to have advantage on the attack and then assassinate. It was an automatic crit because of assassinate, and then you got a crit anyway. I was like, it wasn't double. I was like, well, but it's such an awesome thing to happen. So it's just like, well, okay, sod it, triple, go in the middle. So that was for me a kind of, there you go.
I mean, I think that because that combines the two for me, because that was the best Dungeons and Dragons playing from Ali that I've ever seen. In as much as I was kind of like, cool, that wasn't that effective, but I get to double everything and I get advantage. You've just made everything so much better. That's incredible. It was. I felt super powered because of another player's actions. That was great.
I've returned to my old ways.
Yeah, and then he managed to release, like you said, release all of Leanquist's issues at the end. I had to salute you on that. Every single bit of it. You just made Leanquist's life immensely better.
No, I think then again, like the use of detect thoughts could be a little bit. It's a narrative element, and the way how everybody handled it when I was like sort of using it on them, I think it was just precious to me. And yeah, that's not how the spell works, but I think as a narrative element, it's just precious.
Oh, yeah, it's brilliant.
I thought it was very funny using it on the Drake.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know how to emote as a Drake, but I'm like, I guess I'm hungry. I can do that.
I can do Hungry Drake. That's in my noise wheelhouse there.
I now just desperately want to see Mowgli roll the dice once for this.
If you'll give me 5 seconds, I'll put treats in his ball and the people roll it.
Delightful.
That's what the people want.
The people love the dog content.
The people can have it. This is a little, it's got like a little thing.
Oh.
Let it never be said that Chrissy doesn't care for the people.
All right. You wanna show people, ignore my carpets, they're old. Roll it.
Roll that dice, Mowgli.
Roll that dice,
What
Mowgli.
is it? That is a 12.
That's Mowgli. You need to roll again. We've already had that.
This is not good enough.
For God's sake, Mowgli.
14.
Sure. Welcome back, everyone. Now that Mowgli, basically the entity that is Mowgli, has taken control of the dice gods. Number 14. Which NPC gets the MVP award?
Which NPC?
Gets the MVP.
Sorry, I have to jump here with the one with the map and the cards.
Tech.
Praise of Talos, right? That was Talos?
Yeah.
Yes. I think
Tech, Silverskin, Ginger Twine.
I thought you said silver squits then, Sean. I was like, oh, dear. Oh, heck.
Oh, gracious.
The priest of Lathander calls him Silverskin.
that's and the thing is, he also helped us during the battle. So I think there was like a bunch of things that were just like on top of each other. But but also I'm talking because I had that big interaction with between Lorana and the Oryx clan and everything. But to me, that was one point.
Do gods count as NPCs? I know it's a very, very out there question.
I think so.
But like Lorana's conversations that they had with both gods of such different contrast as well. So one god was like, all right, love, Aphrodite, and the god of the sea, whose name I do not know, the Fathomless.
The Fathomless,
completely different, and I think Post captured the Fathomless very well as well with the effects. So I think they, for me, were pretty badass. I enjoyed that.
I just like the respect. She's like, do we count gods? I mean, gods aren't players, are they? They're like, absolutely they are.
Not really.
Any more MVPs?
I can't think of one to give.
Looks up and like, who have I met?
Well, no, only because all of the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, like there was all.
Yay! Inspiration! Congratulations!
There it is.
No one said anything. I was like, oh, you didn't spot.
Oh, Sean.
Yeah.
I really only thought that out through just now, and then was like, oh, that does work. That was intentional. Okay, but just and who was the mayor's assistant as well?
Subath.
Yeah, well, because the thing was that you said we're not going to be able to bring back Subath because you couldn't remember the voice. I thought that was a real shame. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I think it was a kind of possibly like northern, maybe Scouse Woody Woodpecker, but no, I lost it.
I feel like maybe not MVP, but it was my favorite, I think.
The interaction of like going, I'm going back to my nest. Do you like that? It's all right. You're just like, just that awkward end of a conversation. Like, cool. I have nothing more to say to you. Just
let's go.
Or like with the mayor just shutting the door halfway through a conversation. It's like, no, she's taking the chain off. It's like, nope, slam. And now you can come in.
Yes.
I think the other NPC that does get that award is the butcher, because the butcher survived. The butcher was the first bad we encountered and then was able to flee. So therefore, is the MVP.
That does make sense.
I might throw in as well. Just again, favorite encounters. Lengfair Deer Hog, the fishmonger, because obviously she's not going to use the butchers as a butcher.
Yeah,
that very first kind of encounter where you all came together and you all like. It suddenly became a cohesive party after about 3 hours.
Well, it was because I called the fishmonger as the big bad initially, which is so wrong. It was the thing of now just looking back over my notes, like, not impressive.
Was it though? Evil pig folk. Also the moment where you're like, can we just come and look around? You're like, yeah, don't go into my bedroom though. But what if there's a clue in there? Oh yeah, the fact you all were like, the bed. The bed's a clue. It's like, please stop poking my bed.
One reference I didn't know if anyone would catch. So with AO4, I used Old English words for both AO4 and all associated family. And Lengfair is also Old English. Lengfair is Old English for long, making Lengfair long pig.
Oh no! Oh no!
Very good. Very good. I like that a lot.
Just the reaction of someone there. It was like, it sounds delicious. Like,
No.
clearly you've never been to sea. Just
That fully reminds me of Ashira basically going to the butcher being like, is it people meat?
Oh my God, you did too. I've forgotten that.
I'll leave that
What
up.
else was I supposed to be?
Yeah, fair point.
oh no. That's it. Okay, Sean. This is your opportunity. Are there any more little name things or little things that you just want to now reveal your cunning?
No, the rest are anagrams as expected.
Standard.
I'm not going to go through the whole list now because what we have been doing is updating the wiki. We worked out how to hide spoilers, so if you haven't gotten all of them, you can look at the wiki and just unhide the ones that you want to check.
That's very cool. I didn't realize that's very clever.
Yeah. And have we established that the title is also an anagram? Is that
The title is not an anagram, though. That was one.
Sean, you failed, Sean. Get out.
Oh, just cut that bit out and then
Wow,
we'll
how
add it to
dare-
the wiki. So yeah.
So the title, so a fell tide. A fell tide is a thing. A fell tide is actually when it is the tide is going out, but rising, obviously, very much the antonym. So it was that it's going out, but it's also rising. So it was the implication of the tidal wave.
Oh, nice.
I have.
The thought process is excellent.
take the win, Sean? Yes, very, very sneaky. Very well done. Deserving of a puzzle master indeed. Here's a badge for you.
Yeah.
You finally got a badge. Congratulations, puzzle master.
Definitely.
Well, now, much thanks to Mowgli who put us on that.
He's barking you're welcome right now.
I speak dog. And now I retake the control. Here we go.
Roll that dice.
It's not as exciting when you do it, Tom. Sorry.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not as exciting as a dog. I'll do my best. Next time, if one of Sean's cats wants to roll, then we'll be prepared. We'll look into it next time. Lucky number 13. Players, how would any of your previous characters solve / shorten this campaign in a jiffy if they were there? This is always the fun of trying to remember, who have you played?
What?
Yes.
Soleil would have used command and commanded the big bad to just stop. Garen would have had to halt his fucking horses.
Nice.
Lorana did try that in the first fight against Garen, but
Oh.
Change, I think it was. Or,
Listen, rolls though. If
that
that hadn't worked, a teleport. I think she could also. I could only use Misty Step once. She would have found a way. I have different. I don't know. Bard spells, but are fun.
I'm sorry. Go for it, Ed.
Only just that, to be brutally honest, I think Linquest has been my most effective character, kind of ever.
a
most of that is
story, but also very competent. Yeah,
that's what I mean. And so therefore, I don't think any of my characters, they would have made it potentially more funny, and potentially more ridiculous. But that's about it.
I'm just picturing Tim winking.
That's what I mean. Hello. Everything's fine. Yeah.
I'm picturing Norodom.
Oh, Norodom.
Norodom would have definitely made it more ridiculous, but I don't think any more effective at all.
Keeping it in the Oryx family, so Oryx Redmane could have been polymorphing Linguist all the time into T-Rexes.
Nice.
Silvermane. So the thing is, I think he's also Order Cleric. So no, the peace one. So could be taking the damage out of Linguist as well. So probably they could have been more in the upfront And probably at the first encounter, the work site would have died. Yes, Lorano was a little bit like, hold on, we don't have to kill this. But then probably the other oryxes.
Again, that beautiful moment in episode 2. It's like, I didn't say you couldn't kill them, it's just don't shoot me. You're like, oh, okay, misunderstanding, cool.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of my characters recently have been quite high level, and quite fortunately this campaign hasn't been as high level. So one of my highest level characters was Pickle the Paladin Pelican, who was level 20. So I think she would have just rocked up in a shorts and just jolly well sorted everybody out and just done a heck ton of damage for good measure. I think the most comedic of my past characters that could have been in this would be Sir Satane from Ancient Antics. Not because of who he is and how much of a crap dad he is, Tom, but I know horses are meant to run on sand. Like, there's a Lloyd's advert with horses running on sand. I don't think Sir Satane was that type of guy. I think he would just like dig himself into a hole and then just sit and gracefully kind of lean over the way horses do.
But as a dad at the beach who's just like, all right, just gonna have just have a little stretch, sit down. You're like, Satane, the sharks. No, well, I'm sat down now. And
have I ever told you about the time my papa took me to the beach? Yes. Bless him.
Oh. Again, you make me sad every time. Just like, no. So Lainey went to the beach. She got terribly sunburned, but it was a good time out. Lola, who are you going to throw in?
I mean, Toast would have just added more like jollies, like a different kind of funny from Kithis, who is definitely not intentionally funny at all. But I don't. Toast may have been much better at killing things. Yeah, but
I don't know.
Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't know. I feel like both of them were very effective, like in their own ways, if you see what I mean. I wouldn't say that one is more effective than the other, though.
Toast would be much more effective at killing things, I think, has got to be the definite, because Toast has a lot that she can do with like her ranged actions and also swarm and everying else. So I think it would definitely be okay, we figured out what we're doing, I'll come through in that way, but otherwise I'm not gonna help with the actual solving anything. So the only character that I would say is good at solving stuff is Suaski. And so that's basically what you get from Suaski. Maybe the mystery would have been solved a little bit faster because Suaski is lovely and intelligent, or high wisdom, or something like that, whilst
something like that.
Kithis is not.
And Kithis is a chicken.
Well, I mean, no, I'd imagine like a year and a half not knowing who you are, but randomly turning into creatures and having weird stuff happening around you and not knowing that you have any magic whatsoever.
Yeah.
Again, that moment is like, well, I don't know much about magic. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And for Sean, everything gains extra eyeballs. Surprise, the plague has spread.
I promise that there are other things on that table than polymorph. It's just that I made it the 3 out of the 20, so I nerfed it a little bit because I thought, there's other fun things on here, though I want to be rolling, for glass hands and stuff.
Yeah, we managed one that wasn't a transformation.
True, the fog cloud.
I'm sorry, I'm just stuck on glass hands and the terror of you break them and then they come back and there's just meat. You're like, oh no, this has changed. This has got real bad. And the sharks can smell it. The chum.
If I ever get to play Kithis again, you have to pass on those tables and see what other interesting things. Yeah.
Do a one shot where I just make you do it every minute.
Oh dear.
In real time, you're just like mid-conversation, you're like, now you're a badger.
Yeah. Oh, I really enjoyed the way that you put together the my brain, the mechanics for it, because we talked about it briefly, but it was almost kind of like going into it, wasn't sure how it was going to work. But that was a lot of fun, especially not knowing that he was a sorcerer. So doing it based on kind of emotional and kind of just basically basing it on emotional triggers initially to kind of get that, like, this is happening. Very good.
And every time you rolled as well, I made the DC harder. So it's building up. It's building up. It's like
stress.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to explode.
I love
the campaign
I
online.
love the cumulative stuff as a mechanic, because that's what happens as players and people. All of it adds up. So,
and I like, because this is the thing I always feel about Wild Magic, is like I want it to happen as much as possible. I don't just want it to happen on a one, like again with Crash and Burn, where it's like it's happening all the time. Limbo, everything's happening. People are turning into petunias. No, but just the wonderful thing of introducing a character is like, and now you're a bear, and we're like, absolutely no idea what's going on. Love it. Hello,
great.
bear. Welcome to town. Delightful. Yeah, well, how are we doing for time? We're okay. Check on Mowgli. Mowgli's good. Everyone's
Yes. Everyone's happy.
just like a little
Mowgli's
thing.
next to me squeaking his ball. This is why I stay on mute.
We love Mowgli.
We love Mowgli.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yeah. Roll that dice.
Roll the dice.
All that dance.
Roll them.
Roll 'em. Oh, well, number 9. What was the hairiest / this has all gone horribly wrong moment?
Yeah.
When Lorana went down. When Lorana
Only-
went down.
Yeah.
That's only the only option.
That's our healing. I don't think any of the rest of us had any
Nope.
healing, and so or like I think one of us had a healing potion. The
Yeah,
Kithis had a
yeah.
healing
That
potion.
saved us all.
Yep. I was like, oh crap, what are we gonna? Oh wait, I have a healing potion. Okay.
Then you rolled like the lowest you could do as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I rolled a 1, so I was like, oh no.
Take that, Lorana.
That's enough. Yes.
Get it down you.
All you need. Yeah, get it down, yeah.
Yes.
I think for me, the oh crap moment was when Stagnacious was doing the oh my god, I'm dying shtick. And we went to the temple and I was like, this guy's going to try and heal me. And they're going to know that I'm not ill. So I was like, oh crap, what would Stagnacious do? Like, how can we get around this? And I think, yeah, don't touch me, I'm contagious. And then we had to do the I was their god speaking into their mind and they had to work that out. And it was just that, oh God, is this going to work? I had no idea. So
That was brilliant. I remember that whole
that was a bit of a whew, when it did work.
For Stagnacious, it's like that thing about the kids who pretend to have appendicitis and they're like, cool, we're going to do surgery. And you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I have to laugh throughout the whole campaign. Whenever anything is needed carrying, for the most part, like Kithis has been a different, like not able to carry anything.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, okay. And the first episode when you're all, oh, I don't have like -2 or -3 strength, and I'm just like, I've got +3, but I'm a chicken, so you know.
None of us are strong, apart from that chicken.
Yes. That's what we've got.
Being fed crackers.
It will be like that for a week
Yeah.
on the authority of Stagnacious.
Or forever, you know.
I think I kept asking Ashira to carry stuff for me as well, knowing full well that Ashira had the same strength score as me, which was like -1.
Yep.
Nobody agrees.
Perfect.
Please just give me your ball. I can't throw it if you don't.
So-
I couldn't throw it anyway. It's
So,
covered in slime.
we are doing a Q&A.
Oh.
Mowgli rejects your proposal, Tom.
Hark, you're better than the Question Lords, are you? Yes, all dogs are better than the Question Lords, and that's a fact. Put that on the wiki.
But they, just the
As all
name the
dogs
other way
are
around.
good dogs, they outrank the world creators. Oh, wow. What chaos. What delightful chaos we're having. Let's do it. Let's keep going. We're doing well. We're making time.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
Oh, that dice.
Nat
Roll the
20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And this is actually quite a nice one, and I think this could be the last one. Let's see how we go. What's next for your characters?
Well,
Is it catching a shark? Because
Yeah.
go get that shark.
We have a shark to hunt down. And I guess we're going out to sea, so maybe we'll even be going down to the belly of the belly of the belly.
But we have more than one ship, and I think Stagnacious is capable of getting more ships in due to his background. So, really, the Moonshades are our island. We can do whatever we want. We could go anywhere. So, you know, there's choices out there.
Yeah.
I think Stagnacious might be heading to the mainland because Stagnacious is sort of maybe kind of running away from someone in the Moonshades. So,
Nice.
probably wanting to get away from it all for just a little bit. So. Yeah.
You've got a vague memory of a dream that maybe Waterdeep's an interesting place.
Ooh, yes. Love Waterdeep this time of year. Let's go.
I made you a dress. I have absolutely no idea who you are, but I like you. Welcome.
Classic Stagnacious.
Stagnacious.
I don't know whether the thing is that Leanquest would definitely want to keep hanging around with this group. But it might have been that if the ravening is gone from them, if you see what I mean, for the thing is, I don't think you can be cured of something like a killing addiction. I don't know, but I think that they will be much better off now, thanks to the ministrations. And I wonder whether therefore they would be a sort of advocate for peace.
Cleric of peace.
Yeah, exactly. Suddenly.
Or you could become a peace paladin. They're starting to become a thing now, so just...
Exactly. Well, now, but that actually works really well, because the idea of being helped by a god would be a huge thing for Leanquest, having been a confirmed atheist all their life, because it's only what can happen on Earth. Ooh.
And you can smite. White.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And if I'm smiting, if it's somebody else doing the killing... If the god is doing the killing through me, this is it. Yeah,
you're just a vessel.
Yes, I'm a vessel for death. That is
totally better. Totally, morally way more sound.
I just have you a flyer that says, "Have you heard about Eldarth?" You're like, there you go. two peace paladins.
Well, I was going to say, because I think that the what do you call it? Yes, joining the paladins thing would, I think, solve everything for them. I think that would be perfect.
I just joined a cult. That would solve all my issues. And
Start your own cult.
Yeah.
It's the basis of all the Crusades. I feel like this is exactly what we should be. What should be happening? Wow. Okay.
Yay, convert. Anyone else? Let's keep going. Lola, you got any ideas?
So, I mean, Kithis still has a whole history to write, essentially.
Yes, true.
So,
true.
I mean, they want to find out who they are. They want to try and unlock their memory. Maybe Stagnacious can help them with that. But also, maybe if there's a chance to go to the mainland because they're on a ship, then maybe someone on the mainland knows who they are. And maybe they have a lot of new names to collect until they find out their own. Because, they just kind of went through the Moonshades, taking on the name of a town every time they came to a new one to see if it jogged a memory. Sadly, not yet, but who knows? Maybe in the future.
This is now, his name is now Waterdeep.
Or
from now on.
The thing, hi, my name's Mike. Hi, my name is also Mike. This is some fey nonsense. You can't take my name, and yet I did.
Hey, at one point, his name was Ogden, so...
There's a town on the island called Ogden, so...
Is that what Ogden's named after?
Nice.
Or did they name the island after Ogden? What did my husband get up to? Weird. Very weird. Okay, maybe I'll become a paladin. Maybe I'll go on an adventure. Cool. I need to whole backstory. I need to find myself, don't we all?
Yes.
Exactly.
I didn't do the work before the campaign. Now we got to do it afterwards.
I mean, technically, I did do the work, but
Totally.
my
Sorry, that
character
wasn't meant to
doesn't
be-
know.
Sorry.
Oh, Lola, you didn't do the work. You didn't write the
My
Sorry. You
character
have to write
doesn't know
essays.
the work, so...
You know, for
On the
Roll
right
Together, we
track.
all have to write a 3,000-word essay about our backstory that we have at the end. It's intense.
I feel very called out, Tom.
And that's why I have to write a 4,000-word essay, because I get gobby. Anyway. Ali, you got any ideas?
Lorana definitely needs to. So, I don't know. So, work sharks, unbelief, but then that's sort of a personal agenda, right? If the Fathomless or Aphrodite have something else for Lorana will be like, well, guys, that was fun, but I gotta go.
Wow.
But I would like to so Lorana as the motherish personality that they have, they need to keep like tabs on their children. So try to find like a sending stone or some ways of communication to my children, see where they are around. Mainline, I don't know if mainland but if Aphrodite, I will have to go.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck, go to the mainland. Like, whatever you say, Aphrodite.
I'm also trying to keep the Oryxes in different places. Because then let's imagine like one DM from Roll Together decides to make a campaign with the 5 Oryxes, and then I have to role play the 5 of them at the same time.
And they like
That would be
warp
nice.
in.
Yes.
Make a 6, and then like every long rest you roll, and it's like Oryx is suddenly transformed, and it's like
Nice.
So
Yeah.
there is 3 now. We're missing another 2.
you can get there. I believe you.
This is the next
Nominate someone
campaign.
else in the group to play. So you pick one and nominate your other Power Rangers.
Yes.
All the colours. Perfect.
Technically, you're the Pink Ranger. And like, no shit,
Really?
thank you.
Thank you.
Chrissy. Ooh, what happened?
I don't know what did happen.
Exactly, what is going to happen? What's next for the captain?
Oh, I thought something went wrong.
What has happened to you, Chrissy?
She is getting on that ship and she is going after that were-shark and she is not stopping until she finds them. That's just...
Is this your
and
Moby
she-
Dick?
Indeed. She has some other people that she would also like to find or come across, but that is her main goal. She's very, very like single-minded when it comes to getting what or who she wants. So that's what she's going to do. She's going after that were-shark and nothing is going to stop her. If people don't want to come along, she's going to be like, fuck you, get off my ship then.
I'm going to shoot a shark. You can't stop me. You're going to wipe out like an entire species of sharks because she just keeps shooting sharks. It's bad. It's really bad.
Can we?
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Listen, he still has my hunter's mark on him. So she can grab you within like the first hour. She's like, get on the ship. Let's go right now. That's what's happening right now.
But Mel's hard
Get
time
on
strike
money
at me.
and go.
Wow.
With a harpoon, going, get back here.
So while Leafwit is crying on the floor, no, get up.
Yeah. Come on, we're on.
No.
We're on it now.
Jancis is just gonna have to grab him and then carry him onto the ship. But see, the one
Also,
thing,
Chrissy, Chrissy, this carries on a theme of every time I've played with you in a campaign, your character has turned out to be the scariest.
No, playing with Chrissy as well. It's even playing my own
That's what
sister,
happens.
and I'm terrified. Yeah.
okay, so there's this one thing with this entire campaign, and it's like I want to know all the rumors. There were still some that we didn't get to, and it's like
Let's do that as we come into the closing minutes. Let's talk about some juicy rumors. Give us some secrets.
Somebody actually mentioned one of Ashira's where they were talking about I think they thought it was either Kithis or they thought it was Lean killing their relatives' friends.
Oh, yes. That was one that I was like, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
No. That was a Shira. Shira obliterated 2 of her uncle's shipmates.
So juicy.
Mhm.
Nice. I'm trying to remember mine now. I don't think I can.
And one of yours came up, but it was one of your false ones, which was the belly of the whale.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
How
good one.
did they get out of that whale?
Wait, who is it supposed to be?
It was the idea that Linquest had arrived in a whale. That was the idea, but it was not true.
Who got rid of their entire crew?
Made like an undead crew, yeah.
Yeah, sold the souls of their crew. Lorana.
Oh,
For God's
Lorana.
sake.
False.
Okay.
Oh, but still.
My heart
Lovely
almost snapped then, Ali.
Hey,
Oh.
give her the fathomless.
What? Oh, duh, of course, Lorana. What about there was a person so brilliant at maths, particularly mental arithmetic, that said they never miss their mark? Was that a Shearer again?
See,
No?
this is where Ed was clever. I said 2 good rumors, 2 bad rumors, and 1 false rumor.
False.
I never said that the good and bad had to be true. So Ed's were all actually, but for the most part, false, and that was one of yours.
So no one was good at maths? Just-
No.
Not as far as we could tell. No one had a high intelligence or strength, apart from Kithis.
I like strength. You're like, you have to be strong to do maths.
Well, mentally, I think so.
Well,
The only
if
other
you
one that I have to know
Yeah,
for sure is the Captain Hook one. Like, who's the brave and reckless person who stole a gnomish-made alarm clock from a famous pirate and fed it to a crocodile? Got the veterans.
That sounds like Ed. Just Ed, not even Linquist. Just
Ed, you need to give it back.
Love you, Liz. Definitely wasn't me at any at any stage, but I love the idea.
I think was that Ali? Was that one of yours? Remember now?
I don't. It's so mine is supposedly a ship captain was captured by a sea hag and her minions, blah 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 blah, and I rescued them. But that's not.
I'm trying to find the spreadsheet now.
Has
Was there a
rumor
false
just
rumor?
generated?
Yeah.
Has it become intelligent?
so-
and just-
I think Sean made up some for
Okay.
NPCs as well. I
I
don't
was
know.
going to, but I actually you all came up with such great ones. I just tweaked them enough that
Oh.
you wouldn't recognise them.
So probably that was mine then.
Clever.
Unfortunately, I've done it too well, apparently.
there was one that I heard. You've heard about a real Lothario with hundreds of lovers, several in every major city in Faerun, and even in a few smaller towns, who's come to the Moonshades in secret to avoid running into any of their many offspring. That must
I
be
feel like that's
Lorana,
another
right?
one.
It's another lean quest.
Yes.
I said another liquid.
Oh my god! How many
Well, it's
rumors did you
similar.
have, Ed?
Spring sold it for me.
I've got your rumors up. I found the spreadsheet now. So, do you literally want me to read them through, or should we add them to the wiki?
I'd say wiki.
Let's save it for the wiki.
Or maybe you should read the ones that are false.
Yeah, read the false ones, and then we'll go into
False rumors. So, Ali, we've got yours. Traded the souls of the last crew to the sea gods in exchange for riches and eternal beauty. Ed,
cool.
your explicitly false one was managed to get to the Moonshades in the belly of the whale, eaten off the Sword Coast and wound up here after fighting their way out of the esophagus. Chrissy, your
Yes.
false rumor was that you were actually part of the mutiny that tore apart your last ship and stole a magic weapon from your childhood best friend.
Nice.
Liz, your false rumor was that you had worked your way up from rags. It's not true. You've been very well off.
Very well.
Nature's has always been rich.
Yeah.
And
That's
Lola,
very funny.
your false rumor was that you were a vampire who goes around always covered up in daylight, which I think people thought was lean.
I think everyone
think
thought
so.
Lean was all the rumors.
Yeah. Just the first, like everything stuck to lean. Amazing.
I deliberately, so I had a look at each rumor and worked out how many people I could make it seem to be about, and deliberately gave it to someone else so that no one would be like, oh, that could be me. There were a couple that could have been anyone, but
Clever.
Yeah.
No, that's very clever. It was a brilliant mechanic. I really, really enjoyed it.
it's good fun. I can't claim it. It was something I saw on Facebook and just like, yeah,
Brilliant idea.
Goodness.
it was something to talk about.
Definitely.
Something to talk about during the adventure. So, you know how you're a vampire? No.
No.
Gotcha.
No,
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Yes.
I do have a question. Is Lean Quist now turning into a wereshark?
Yes.
Oh, crap.
Yep. You failed that save.
There's a wereshark for you to kill.
Yeah. In the interest
No.
of time, in the interest of the time, I decided not to have that come up in that episode because that is a pile of chaos. We're going to be looking at a 5-hour epic if we do this.
Yeah.
So
That's a good point.
Yes, you did.
I
You
did
did fail
fail
that
that
Constitution
this time.
save, and you got bitten by the wereshark equivalent of a loup-garou,
Oh, no.
meaning
okay.
you cannot be remove cursed.
Yeah.
Until it's killed, right?
You have to kill the loup-garou.
Well,
there's-
talking about what we're doing.
Go on, Ashira.
Ashira,
But does is there like a natural does Lean have an inherent sense of where the person who changed them is now?
Ooh.
Is
As in like
is
a
that
locate object. Yeah.
Yeah, kinda. Uh-huh.
Unknown.
One race finds man
But-
into
Wait
a
a minute.
different fire.
All right.
Ashira's
I guess-
gonna be convinced that they do, and so Ashira's gonna be like, "Find your daddy."
Sniff for your daddy.
Please.
Find
Gun
your
to the
daddy.
face. Where is your daddy? Who is your daddy? What does he
Who's
do?
your daddy?
I don't know. I killed him. I killed him ages ago. What are you doing?
Sobbing.
Yeah. I just want to stop killing things, please.
You just hear a voice from the ocean go, "You can never stop." You're like, "Oh no."
I'll do the killing, you do the finding. Just find your daddy.
Find it,
Find
daddy.
your shark
I can swim.
daddy.
I'll do it. Find your
And
shark
welcome
daddy.
back to Find Your Daddy.
Faster.
Find Your Shark Daddy, now available in Candlekeep.
Sean was excited for the possible sequel. Now I'm like ruining all of that excitement. Like, damn it, nope.
It's all happened.
Search for Sea Daddy coming fall 2023.
A one shot for Christmas.
Daddy, that's hideous.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight. We've had a wonderful time. If you have enjoyed it, we stream Fridays, 6 to 7 p.m. GMT. Yeah, I think we might be going back into GMT in a bit. Oh, what is time? Who knows? So we also stream Mondays and Tuesdays. Mondays, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. And that will be still Wreckage of Mythodronor, but we're coming to the end of that. And Tuesdays, well, was this fine show, and now something else will come. Who knows? Me? Because I know all, but I won't tell.
Well done.
Thank you. Well done, me.
Tom,
Well done for making things harder.
I believe Sean dropped you into a one-shot on the next Tuesday after this, so
Yeah.
no pressure, babes.
Everything's
Over
fine.
to you.
So all of our shows are streamed at streamed
in Dutch.
streamed in Holland. I'm thinking about pirates. Or like the Sid Meier's pirates. Like, do you want to join the Dutch? I'm like, sure do. Anyway, twitch.tv/RollTogetherRPG, YouTube link in chat. Also podcasts. I mean, but that does mean you lose our beautiful faces, and also getting to see a dog roll a dice. It's a good time. So big thanks to our D20 Club on Patreon. Couldn't do any of this without you. Love to our sponsors. And as we say at the end of every single episode, it is carved above the gate of the question lords themselves. Please, stay classy
Stay
at the
classy
table.
at the table.
Yes.